Hey, what's up, Refuge High Schoolers? How you guys doing? This is David again. I'm back in our youth room, our youth spot, and as I said yesterday, it's still weird. I know it's only been a couple of days, and we haven't all been together or gathered together. It just feels weird though. I miss you guys. I love you guys. We say all the time here that we are a family, and so it feels weird when the family isn't gathered together. But because of the things that are going on and this just kind of the uncertain time we found ourselves in, we aren't really gathering together right now. But that will not and cannot stop us at least gathering as a community online and, talking with each other, still connecting with each other, which is really, really important during this time, that we don't lose connection with one another, that we do not go into isolation, which for many might be natural. So I encourage you and pray that you would fight against that maybe tendency to withdraw into isolation. Please stay connected in community. And so this morning, actually, I was right outside the building of Refuge in the front parking lot area. I was on the phone with my wife, and we're just talking about stuff. And as I go back into the building, I notice as I'm going into the door, on the ground where the cement is, I saw that somebody, whenever they laid the cement years and years ago when this place opened up, I saw that somebody carved into the cement a Bible verse. And I'm like, man, this looks super familiar. I'm going to look it up. I want to see what it is. And of course, this is why it was familiar. It came out of the book of Psalms, chapter 46, or I should say Psalm 46. And it was just Psalm 46:1. I'm going to read the entire Psalm because it is so... Man, for us today, it's for me today, it's for you today, it's for your family, it's for your friends today. And so I'm going to read this, and I pray and hope that it blesses you as it did me this morning when I read it. So, Psalm 46 says, "God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fail. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes war cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, 'Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress.'" This is a needed reminder. Now, you've heard me say this all the time in youth when you guys come here and when I teach. There is a difference between being familiar with what God's word says and being somebody who actively trusts and believes in what God says. Two wildly different things. You may have heard this and go, yeah, I know this, right? I am familiar with this, but I gotta say, and I hope the Lord would remind you through me even right now, God's not asking you to be familiar with this only. He is asking you to believe this. When it says God is our refuge and our strength, he is an ever-present help in trouble. Are we believing this now? As we see everything going on around us, right, with the new things that are happening, the things that we're hearing right now of how, first it was a recommendation of we can't gather or meet in gatherings larger than 250, and then yesterday it said that the recommendation was 50 people. Now, we don't know if that is a mandatory thing right now, but we're also hearing words of possible other states literally on lockdown and shutting down. What are we going to do, and how are we going to respond as believers in this time. I'd say it's so important to meditate on what God says. God is our refuge and our strength. He's an ever-present help in trouble. In the very end of the psalm, the Lord Almighty is with us. God, this is what we talked about yesterday. God is with us. His peace that he gives us is with us right now. God is dwelling with us right now. I pray this is something that encourages you. I pray this is something as we look around and we see the world kind of, I don't want to say in chaos, but it almost seems like it's kind of going that way. How are we going to respond as believers? Man, I think our lives should be in such stark contrast to the world's right now. We have God. He loves us. I was reminded earlier that he is our good shepherd. He loves us. He loves us. He loves you. He loves me. God is our refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea. If everything in the world is crumbling around us and there's chaos to the left and to the right, and no matter where we look, we will not fear, because our refuge, our strength, our safe tower, our everything is with us, and he loves us. Guys, this is not just my encouragement, but this is my challenge. And each day there's going to be a challenge now, because we're not able to meet up together right now. A lot of you, all of you actually, are out of school, unless if you're homeschooled and you're like, nah, dude, I gotta still do school. But a lot of you aren't meeting up in school right now, so you guys have ample time. And so I'm gonna ask that you steward that time well, and you really seek the Lord during this time to see what he wants to do in and through you. So this is my challenge for us, for all of us, not just for you. If you're a parent and you're listening, man, if you had a student in this ministry, years ago, but you're still following our page, I challenge you to the same thing, as well as I'm gonna challenge myself and my leaders and my friends and the people that I come in contact with. The challenge for today, Psalm 46. I want you to read Psalm 46 completely. Don't read it just to get through it, but I want you to read this, to comprehend it, to meditate on it, okay? And then this is the challenge part. This is a little bit harder, but this is good. I then want you to write down Psalm 46. There's 11 verses. It'll probably take you 10 minutes to write, or 5-6 minutes to write. I want you to write down Psalm 46. And then we're going to have a prompt after this video, and we're going to ask people like a poll and say, did you do this challenge? Did you read Psalm 46? Did you write Psalm 46 down? And then I want you to share in like a sentence or two, respond to us and tell us how God spoke to you as you were spending time reading this and just writing these things down. Guys, I have to believe that God has placed us here during this time in our spheres of influence for a reason, for a specific time. God is wise, and we want to steward our time well, okay? So I love you guys. I pray that you guys take these things seriously, these daily challenges. It's going to be awesome. We love you. Again, I am so blessed that you are a part of the family here and that I get to be a part of your guys' family in this way. We love you. God bless. And we will see you guys tomorrow around the same time.